Hi, Scorpio. This is your reading and your channeled messages for October 2020, for mid October 2020. So, I decided to do something a little bit different for your sign, and I'm going to do your career reading as an individual reading, and then I'm going to do your love reading also as a separate video. So that way you can just watch whatever you want. So I'll start out with your channeled message that I got clairaudiently, and then I'll do some cards to see what's going on for you in the last few weeks of October with your work. So the first thing I heard was pleasantry advised when speaking to the boss of a previous employer, packaging industry, and pertaining to regeneration. So, what I got from this, Scorpio, is that there are some of you out there who would like to or are trying to get hired back at a company that you used to work for. But I get the impression that you are going back or applying for a position that's much higher up in the company than you were the last time you worked there. And I don't get the impression that you left on any negative terms or anything. I think, Scorpio, you probably just left to do something that fit for you better at the time. So now there's some other opportunity that's opening up. And so what I get from this is that you may have not thought of reaching out to your old boss to let them know that you're applying or interviewing for this new job at the company. And so the reason for that is because inevitably somebody will ask your previous boss, like wherever they are in the company now, inevitably somebody from within the company will ask them about their experience with you. So it's always best to make contact or have communication with that person so that they're not caught off guard when the new people that you want to work for talk to them, because people can say anything when it's just saying the first thing that comes to their mind, even if you had a really good work history there. Sometimes people get caught off guard and they just say weird things, or maybe not what you would prefer them to say when you're trying to get this job. So then I have one more really specific message about this for someone in particular, and it kind of has to do with the packaging industry thing. There is a Scorpio out there who has a magnificent entrepreneurial idea, and I know what it is, but I won't say it all because I don't want to, give your plan away. But I heard it from Spirit, and it's excellent. So it has to do with tarot, and it has to do with a box, and that's all I'll say. So I hope it finds its way to whoever that's meant for, and I hope that you know what that means, because it's a fantastic idea. And let me see if I have anything else for your career. I heard that some people are cracking jokes around the break room, and Spirit said leave room for joyful conversation with your coworkers where you can, because we all need that right now. And then I heard believe in the outcome before you dissolve the company or give up on a project. It takes time for the facilities to open up to the public, and when that does, your business will prosper. So maybe someone out there, your business has been affected by the current restrictions that are in place. I'm really kind of feeling like restaurant or something like that. But in any event, it's someplace that patrons would come. And so specifically for someone, I did hear in May is going to be when your business really, I don't think that that's when it opens back up. I think it opens back up before then. But like in May, your clientele or your customers will be really wanting to come back in full force. And then I just heard people will like to go out again. So that could resonate for many Scorpios out there whose jobs have been affected by restrictions in all types of industries. So Spirit just wants to affirm for us all that people will like to go out again. So let's get some cards and see what other messages Spirit would like to share with you, Scorpios, about your career in the last few weeks of October. So we'll get the situation here. So it's the dreamer, a new start. Trust yourself, push your fears aside, and take a leap of faith. So you can see that more clearly here. So I'm getting the sense, Scorpio, that kind of like the channeled messages we're saying for a lot of you, there is a new start. And new start is interesting too, because especially if we're talking about somebody who's going back to something or back to a company, even though the company may have transformed, like especially if it's like, I'm getting kind of a startup vibe for some people as well. So maybe people you used to know in some organization, now you might be working with again, but maybe in a different context. And so it's a new start, you know, even though it might be something that isn't all the way new. And then for some other Scorpios, you might well just be looking for a new job in general, or yeah. So there is an hourglass there, but it is full. So I'd like to point that out too, because it's like you've just started the process, if that resonates for you, and you have plenty of time. Like this person's kind of looking around, enjoying the scenery. There's an angel there guiding them. So you don't have to feel rushed right now in this process. So let's see what other situations could be out there for some of you Scorpios. So I'm going to shuffle 3 more times because that's, well, including that one. So 2 more times because that's what I heard to do. Well, I guess that's it. So there's just a new start for a lot of you Scorpios out there. So now let's see what Spirit would like you to know about this new start that you are going to have. Obviously, if you're feeling fearful about this right now, maybe that could be getting the best of you a little bit in this part of the process because it is the beginning. That's kind of normal for everyone. So perhaps Spirit is just telling you that, you know, there's plenty of time. You're doing great, and yeah, this is just part of the process. So push your fears aside. This new start is coming. Wow. Okay. So I guess I will just take these all that are out here. So the first one, or the one that's closest to me, is the meadowlark. It says, smile, you will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. So that is wonderful. And then we have the blackbird. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. So yeah, that is really symbolic of a new start there. You're going to be taking a new journey, which goes along with the new start perfectly, and inner discovery, because you're going to be doing something, like I said, I think that was of a higher potential, or maybe is more expansive on your potential that you have, maybe that just you didn't feel was being cultivated in the other space that you worked. So it is, and you know, this scenery here is also very magical and whimsical too. So then we have the chickadee, and it says the time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. So maybe some of those fears that you could be hanging on to a little right now, or just not even hanging on to, that are just in your mind. Perhaps those are just coming up because Spirit is asking you now to release those. This is a new start, so it really doesn't have to do much with your old thing that you were doing, even if you may be still working for the same people or the same company or whatever that is. It's a brand new start, so it's your choice to give up those patterns that are causing you to be fearful. And I don't mean that to sound judgmental at all. It's like sometimes these things pop up into our head because they are pretty deep down in our psyche, and so we kind of have a tendency to be harsh on ourselves or really analytical sometimes, when really what may be being said by our own soul is, this is coming up because this isn't going to be that way this time. And so it's coming up just to be let out. So then we have the Loon, which says pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. So like I said, for some of you out there, some of you have some really, really good ideas. And so maybe some of you are getting inspiration in your dreams, or when you're really putting yourself out there with an entrepreneurial, like Shark Tank-esque idea or something like that, just making something. It can be scary, you know, it's like all uncharted territory because you're the first one to do it. So perhaps in the dream time, you will be getting some guidance or some comfort, just spirit letting you know how much they're supporting you in this, and that it really is a divine idea that you have. So then we have White Eagle. It says the connection to divine guidance is within you. So yeah, exactly. Divine guidance. Like I said, this is a divine idea. So Spirit really has delivered this message to you, and you're co-creating this brand new idea, or like literal thing or business. And it really is divinely guided for you, Scorpio. And then finally we have the Condor, which says, hold the highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. So great. I mean, maybe some of you Scorpios have tried this in the past, or you've tried other businesses or other ventures, or like I said, for those few people that are actually going to be working for the same company but in a different capacity, now you know, things were different then for whatever reason. With divine timing in play here, Scorpio, you really just have all the tools at your disposal. So Spirit is guiding you now that this is the right time. And if you've had some kind of like false starts, or it didn't go the way that you would have liked for some other things, and I don't really get the sense that you're super hanging on to those, but if that is something that pops into your mind now and then, that can be comforting or affirming that Spirit is like, those were always good ideas, and you've always had this entrepreneurial spirit, and now we're here maybe mostly to guide you in the timing of this. So that is really powerful, Scorpio, and really exciting. So let's take a look just at the final message and spirit surrounding your career in the end of October. Okay, so we have bravery. Explore your inner wild places. Really cool. A lot of moon imagery and kind of darkness, but also like with the bear and the wolf here, kind of like hunting out your opportunity. She does have the arrow there. So you could have Sagittarius in your chart, or maybe that is a person who is a Sagittarius is going to come into play for you, Scorpio. So like hunting, you know, hunting out this opportunity and this path for yourself that is leading to this success with this exciting new venture or exciting new start that you're taking. It could be shrouded a little bit in mystery with all of, you know, kind of the darkness or this like moon energy that's happening here. But you're being guided by your intuition or your inner wisdom here with the spirit of the owl. Also, again, a lot of moon imagery. So, you know, I think that the moon energy is really goes along well with someone who's an entrepreneur, right? Like I was saying, it's something that's never been done before. You know, you kind of, you saw through the darkness, saw a need that people have, or even if you're just getting a new job and you know it's going to be perfect for you because you fit perfectly in that position, you have seen this, you've seen this in the dark, and that kind of gives you an advantage. I mean, your intuition is always an advantage. And so I feel like the spiritual meaning behind all this, even though this is a career reading for you, Scorpio, is that, you know, your intuition is very strong and it's something that plays well for you, or that is a strength for you, no matter what you're doing, no matter if it is career or love or whatever you do in your life. Your intuition doesn't only just help you out with some stuff, Scorpio. You can use it all the time. I see that this is a real power that you have. And then we have happiness, joy of life. So that's wonderful to end on. This is a very abundant card, and happy, you're fulfilled. So I think, Scorpio, this is a great energy that you have, and it looks like Spirit is really guiding you here. So I hope that these messages helped in some way for you, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.